Hello everyone. Happy Friday. It's Jess here for our class. Gonna see if anyone's gonna pop in and watch live. Let's see. It's so fun popping in on a Friday. Let's pull up Facebook. Oh no, I need that page still. Let's see. People are popping in. It was so gorgeous today. I was lucky enough to spend the day at the pool. So it's fun to escape into my craft room. Hi Melissa, hello. Hi Lewis, hi Teresa. Hi, yay, everyone's coming in. I was like, am I going to be talking to myself for 2 hours? I probably totally could, but I always get I can breathe a little bit when I see people come in. I'm like, okay, I'm not alone. Awesome. So we're going to be doing our class today. Hi Chantel. Hello. Welcome. So these kits are actually available in the shop. So if you're watching along and you decided, hey, I think I need that kit in my life, you can there's still a couple left in the shop. I'm going to put a link in case you're interested. Let's put that in here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Hello. Let me know in the comments if you have the class kit or if you're just kind of watching. Either is perfect. Why does my computer conspire against me all the time? If not, I'll have to pull out the iPad if it doesn't work. Okay, here we go. Now, perfect. Mine is on its way. Oh, awesome, Teresa. Yay, perfect. Yes, so don't worry, because we're going to have this video available on our Facebook page, and then we're also going to put it back up on YouTube. Did it just end? What happened here? If you can still see it, can you let me know? Because on my computer, it's telling me the video ended, but on my phone, I can still see what's going on. It's still moving. So let me know in the comments if you can still hear me. If not, I'll start a new video. Okay. That is weird. Let's see what's happened here. Nope, it's still on. Okay. Still good. Okay. It's so weird on my computer. It's like this video has ended. Awesome. Okay, good. Perfect. So yeah, so this is the class we're going to be doing. But before I get into the class, I just wanted to put a link because it's actually, I think tomorrow is the last day to enter into the Creative Scrapbooker Shopping Spree Sizzling Summer contest that's going on. So we would love if one of you guys won. So I'm going to put the link here. You have until tomorrow to enter, but I thought I would mention it because it is ending tomorrow. So I'm going to swap out my computer because it's not being cooperative, and I'm going to put my iPad so I can see comments as we create the cards. Luckily, I've learned my lesson and I have it all ready to go right beside me. So let me know, how has everyone's week been going? Has it been going good? We finally got our AC fixed. It's actually livable in my craft room. It's still like hotter than the rest of the house, but it's not like 40 degrees like it was before. So definitely enjoying that. Let's turn the sound off. Oh, no. Turn the sound off there. Perfect. Okay. Hopefully that is the only glitch for the evening. See the comments. Awesome. So, okay, perfect. So, we're going to start with, I think we're going to start with this card first because it's I wouldn't say it's kind of the wettest, not necessarily messiest, but we're going to be doing some stamping with a mister. So, you'd want to make sure you have like some kind of mister to apply the water to the stencil. And then you would also need some paper towel as well. So if everybody can give me the thumbs up if you're crafting along with the kits, just let me know that you're all set. And then for this kit, for this first card, I'm going to leave it on the side here so you can see it as a reference. And I will show you the components that you need to create this card. There's also some instructions that came with it as well. So you can craft ahead or at any pace that is comfortable with you. But I will, after each card, I will kind of check in with everyone to make sure, you know, they're good to go on to the next step. So we're going to start with coloring. So if you need a second to grab paper towel and a mister, and now is a great time to do that because we're going to do some coloring first. So we need the hillside, the gingerbread house, the gingerbread man, and the candy cane for this card. And I apologize in advance. Today is the first Jay's game in a year and a half. So my husband and my son are watching it downstairs. So if you hear some cheering, that's what's happening. They're so cute. They're so excited that it's the first game of the season. So, okay. Awesome. Okay, so we got this. We're going to put this aside. Also, I wanted to point out as well, so you would have these card bases in your kit. So there should be a little bee on the back of two of them, which, well, the other one is the one with the holes in it, so you can tell. But you just want to make sure you get one with the bee because that means it's Bristol Smooth. So we're going to be doing ink blending on this one. Okay, so let's get our little house out and our little gingerbread man, and we're going to grab the tan blend or something similar. Oh, and if you guys tune into my live on Sunday and Wednesday, you'll know that I love the tan blend marker. It's what I use all the time, and I had replaced this one. The lightest color is dying, and I replaced it, but I didn't remove the old one. So I kept grabbing the old one, and I'm like, "Where's the new one?" So the new one was there, and I finally added some washi tape onto this one, so I know like this lightest one is out, but there's still ink in the other two colors, so I'm going to leave it around. But that's a good tip if you want to tell your markers apart. Just put a little bit of washi tape on it, and then you know, and it's not a surprise, or you keep grabbing the wrong one. So for the tan one, I'm going to start with the darkest color, and then I'm just going to go into like the shaded areas. So if you watch my lives, you know we use the tri-blend or alcohol markers all the time, but I'm going to give everybody a little bit of a refresher in case they don't. So I'm just kind of looking for like shadows and areas in the shadows to start off with the darkest color. And I'm just kind of figuring it out. Okay, so it's probably shady underneath the little roof. And it's probably shaded a little bit in here. If you're not quite sure like where you want to do the shading, I would just like pick one side, and like so this side would be darker, and then you would just go medium to lightest. So you get that kind of shaded effect. That. My cats are meowing at the door. I think they were home by themselves for most of the day. Yesterday they were not happy because they were stuck in a smaller room while they were installing the new AC, and they thought that their life has changed because they thought that they were moving into a small room. I don't know. So today we got home late, and they're probably wondering where their food is, and the baseball game is on. So so then I'm moving on to the medium color, and when I'm blending the two colors together, I just kind of go in small circular motions, and that removes any of the harsh lines that you might find. And then you just kind of keep going until you're happy with the blend. So you can keep adding layers and layers and layers. So even when you're coloring and you're kind of like looking at it and you're like, this isn't really what I pictured, I would suggest keep on coloring and then keep adding layers, because usually that resolves any of the problems you might come across. Like if the colors from the two, like if the darkest and your lightest color is too far apart, you just kind of keep building up color to make it work. But the cool thing with the tri-blends is that they come with 3 colors in one pen, so they've formulated them to be close enough to blend them. Usually that would happen if you were blending like different color families together, or you know, something that's too far apart on the spectrum. So now I'm just taking the lightest color and I'm just blending the two colors together. I love that noise the markers makes when we're coloring. It means coloring is happening. That, and then we're just gonna saturate the rest of the paper on the side with the lightest color. So as we're coloring and as we're creating, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to add it in the comments, and I will periodically look up all the time to make sure everybody's following along. That. And then if you're watching and you're like, what is going on today? What is happening? So this is a kit that we have available, a make and take kit that we have available in the shop. So you can grab it if you wanted to create these cards on your own, and you can watch this video on replay, and it'll be available on YouTube. So in case you're like, oh, what are we doing on Friday? So I noticed that I got a little bit of the marker outside of the line. So I'm just using my blender pen, and I'm just kind of using the tip to like basically force the color back where I need it to go. It's just like alcohol solution. So it's just reacting. I love it. It's like magic. So the name of this is kind of misleading. It's the blender pen. So some people think you would use this to blend the two colors together, but it's more of like an eraser. And then we're going to color the gingerbread man at the same time since he's also tanned. This is like my favorite color for so many things, for critters, for gingerbread, for skin tone, so many. That's why my marker always, this is the first one. This and the grays run out the first. They run out first. So I'm just taking one side, and then I'm going to add a little bit of shadow and bunny ears on this side too. So I'm really not too concerned with like figuring out where light sources and stuff should be. I'm just kind of making it up as I go. And as you color, you will get more comfortable and more confident on where coloring should be. So it kind of doesn't have to be perfect, but it just, you know, looks right. And then again, if you are coloring along and you don't have blended markers, you can just color with one tone, and that's totally fine too. It's good to put pen to paper. So then I'm just taking the lightest color and I'm saturating the rest of the paper. This little guy, he's so cute, but he's making me want to eat cookies. Like, that's terrible. But I'm like, he's so cute, but now I want to eat a cookie. Love this. So this set is from Doodlebug, and I believe it is called Visions of Sugar Plums, which is so cute. If you're not crafting along and you can answer, let me know what you guys thought of Christmas in July. We had so much fun. A lot of different companies embrace Christmas in July, so it made it really fun to highlight them. And it was nice. It was a nice little break, and it was nice, something, you know, nice to look forward to. Even in the nice, like in the winter, you know, it's great that the holidays are there, but then it's also bad weather. But here we can, you know, have fun making holiday cards and not have to worry about the weather being the way the weather is. So we've had so much fun getting a jump start on Christmas or holidays, and that way you can spend, you know, December is hectic. You don't have to spend it making cards for everyone. You can calmly look through your collection at home and hand them out to people. So I'm going to add some blush. I always add a little bit of blush to basically whether it's like an actual object or, you know, a toaster, or in this case a gingerbread man, just because I think it adds some dimension and it adds a little bit of life to the characters. And then sometimes if you do it a little bit too dark, then I'll just take my my little alcohol blender pen, and then I'll just add a little bit of color. So it kind of fades it out if I need to. So that's our little guy there. And then we'll finish off our little gingerbread house. Oh, whoops, that's not the tan, that's the coral one. So let's see. We can probably, they're probably close enough where I can fix it. Just hoping the alcohol solution in this one will just overpower the other one. Whoops. I am so glad that it's the long weekend. It's so fun. Where did so when I do snow drifts, or things that are items that are white, like a lot of the furniture that I color in my cards are all white because I kind of model them after my IKEA furniture in my room. So when something is white, I'll add a little bit of IG1 just on the edges to add a little bit of dimension. So I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it kind of subtly gives it some dimension. And then I'll do the same thing with our snow drifts here. This is just making me want to, I'm picturing our gingerbread house that we had over the holidays. And it was just, I'm surprised it survived as long as it did with the children and the cats we have in this place. But it had a good run. Only a few candies were missing for a long time. So like that, I'm just adding, and then since I have this marker out as well, I'll just add a quick line to our little candy on the side. Oh, and then I'm going to actually do this too since it's here. So these are the steps. So I just decided that they're going to be white too. So I'm just kind of going on the edge, and then I'm going to go across the edge like that. Perfect. And now I'm going to grab, you can do any color combo that you would like for this house. I went with purple, pinks, and a little bit of blue, but feel free to make it your own. But those are the markers I have on hand. On the instruction sheet, I had listed all of the colors that I've used, so you should have that as a reference in case you're wondering, what are we doing? What's going on? So that's there. It actually helped me too when I was preparing. I was like, what colors did I use for this? Okay, so we need pink, and we need blue, and we need purple, which is here, and we have yellow that's here. So all set. This is probably the most coloring we're going to be doing tonight. So I'm going to start with the blue. And then this one is just a true blue blend. So I think I'm honestly just going to do two because the images are so small. And I don't want there to be a huge color difference. So I'm just kind of copying what I had already colored. Then I'm going to take the lightest color and blend out. Just like that. And again, these images are so tiny, you don't have to even do shading at all if you didn't want to. And then I'm going to take this one again. For me, when I'm coloring, I like to do the simplest blends possible. Usually it's always 3, but if I could get away with 2, I try to do 2. I love getting to the part where we do the techniques and we arrange the scene. That. And then I'll grab some pink. That. As you can tell, I'm not a huge fan of traditional Christmas colors, but this kind of reminded me, even if you didn't want to make it a Christmas card, it could be like, you know, a Candyland kind of themed card. So I like to go bright and cheerful. So instead of red, I used, oops, that's not the one I wanted. Instead of red, I decided that these would be pink. Just coloring each alternate one. That. Hi Jen, hello, welcome. We're crafting along with our class, so I'm so glad you're here. I had an early supper today. So we got our pink, and then we're just gonna add more pink to our little candy cane bricks in air quotations. So I'm not even blending this. I'm just putting color down because it's like such a small little area. And I'm kind of holding my breath while I do it so I don't color outside the lines, but we know what to do if that happens. The first step is the blender pen, and the second step is cover it up with sequins if we have to. That's usually what happens. But I kind of like it because that means that it's like telling me, okay, a sequin has to go there, so that it's like meant to be. So I'm just going to put some purple down. Oops, did I? Blue there, okay. Thought I didn't follow the pattern correctly, although it doesn't actually matter. That, and then we're going to color the door. Jan, what are you having for supper? I'm curious. I had tacos for dinner. It's fun. It's one of my favorites. And then I'm just going to take the medium color again and do the same thing. Small circular motions. And then I'm going to take the lightest color and blend the rest of it. That, perfect. And then I'm going to color in the windows yellow. I like when we create winter scenes and it's like there's lights happening inside and it's cozy and warm inside the house. My son was yesterday, he was all like walking around like sighing a little bit. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, summer break is almost done. And I was like, don't worry, it's not. It's only halfway, as I make Christmas cards all month. I'm like, don't worry, you have so much time still. So we added some yellow. So that is our little house. And then we're going to quickly add a little bit of pink to our candy cane here. Again, I love it when you guys are done. If you guys like to post your cards on Facebook or Instagram, definitely tag Scrap and Stamp and tag me if you like. I love seeing everyone's take on the card designs. So I have a feeling not everybody likes pink and purple as much as I do. So that is our little scene there. So we're good for coloring, and now we're going to start working on our background. If you guys are coloring and you're done coloring, just put the little like thumbs up, and then I'll know that, you know, we're good to go to the next step. Ellie says, now I'm craving tacos. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not only am I a crafty enabler, I am also a food enabler. And we're also going to need the stencil that came with the kit as well for this next part. So put that over here. So for this one part, we're going to need the stencil and we're going to need the background. Make sure that it has a B on the back of it. So that B means Bristol Smooth. Teresa says, those are great candy colors. I thought so. But I don't want anyone to feel like, you know, pegged into something. So I'm going to make sure I have some toilet paper as well. It's very important to have this on hand for this first stenciling technique. So we are almost good to go. Once I get some thumbs up and I know everyone's ready to go to the next part, we'll start doing that. And I'm going to try to leave this as a guide right up here. We're going to get wet, like a little bit messy, so I want to kind of try to save it a little bit. So I will move this back into focus when we're done this part. I would also say, so this technique will be like stamping with the stencil. So I did a couple of different experiments, if you will. I found that there was slightly better results if you dried it with your heat gun, like your heat gun. If you don't have one, that's fine. It works either way. But I'm deciding whether or not I should hit it with my heat tool for a couple of seconds just to dry it for a minute. But if a lot of people don't have one ready, that's totally fine too. It's my fault for not listing it in the supply section. It's not also necessary. It just makes it a little bit easier. Awesome. So I don't see. I'll give it a couple more seconds and then or minutes, and then we will move on to our background. So for this, we're going to need some oxide inks in Wilted Violet, Kitsch Flamingo, and I used Tumbled Glass. Again, you could change the colors up if you'd like to, but these were the ones that worked well with my coloring. So, oh, why is it so blurry on my iPad? Awesome. Okay. So I think everybody can hear me, right? You guys can hear me. Everything's good. I'm just waiting to see if everybody's ready to go to the next step. Okay, that's going. I think everybody is busy watching. It did go fuzzy for a second. Is it still fuzzy? Because on my phone it's not. It's okay now. Yeah, I noticed that it went. I think like probably everybody is watching baseball right now on their streaming services, so it's straining the internet a little bit. Thanks. Oh no, Melissa, I'm sorry. I hope that it gets better. I'm sorry if that keeps. Does it keep kicking you out and you have to log back in? Like I'm wondering if I should close this out and go back in. So let me know, Melissa, if it's actually kicking you out. Supper's ready. Teresa says we will be right there, Jen. Yes, we're coming. Okay, now just watching, and we'll make them on replay as my internet is not good at my trailer. Okay. Okay, so we'll continue on. If it, let me know if it continues to be like this, and then I'll log out and log back in. Sometimes that resolves all of the issues. So we're going to start by blending this. So Melissa, I see you're coming in and out. I don't know if it's kicking you out and you're coming back in. I don't know if that's happening to anybody else. I'll come in and out, just video interrupting on screen, then voices in and out. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, technology. So we're going to use this as a guide. So we're going to start with the blue, and then we're going to do pink, and then we're going to do purple. Okay, I'm just watching the screen to make sure it's not too slow. It's like really behind. Hi, Jen, how are you? Hello, hello. We're just creating our cards from the class. Okay, but you know, the internet is always so great. So I'm going to start by adding some blue. So that's going to kind of be our little sky. And I'm going to kind of, in your kit, you have the little hillside. So you can take it and kind of use it as a guide as to where like your blue should start. So you get kind of an idea. So you don't have to color the whole thing because no one's going to see the bottom part. Yay, I'm so glad there's people coming in and watching. Hanging out on a Friday night, a crazy Friday night. Who would have thought this would be like the thing to do, stay in and craft? But it's sounds pretty amazing to me. So I'm going to start by adding some blue tumbled glass, and then kind of gauging where, with using the little hillside I have, where I should start the blue. We're just going to apply some color. That. Let me see if I have washi tape. No. Hi, Kathy. Hello, hello. We're creating some fun cards for our class that's happening, but the internet is being very strange. Did that just happen to you guys too? Did it just go really, really blurry? I don't know. I was saying that the Jays are playing today, and I think everyone is literally watching baseball right now and clogging up all the streaming. So I'm going to keep using this as a guide. That looks good to me. And then I'm going to go in with the pink. And then where's my washi tape? Tape. You know what I might do actually? I'm going to take, it's kind of a trick I do when I don't have my little waffle flower mat close by, is I'm just going to put a little bit of temporary adhesive and then I'm just going to stick it down so it kind of stays in place. Ooh, what's going on? Oh yes, blurry for a little bit. I don't know what's happening, you guys. If it does it one more time, I'm going to close and come back in. This is the first time that this has happened where it's been such a crazy problem. Chicken stir-fried rice. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Okay, so we're gonna grab the pink brush. I'm gonna do the same thing. So this one is Kitsch Flamingo. And then I just like to start off the paper and then just in circular motions kind of blend the two colors together. And then you get kind of a cool little purple in between. Like that, so I'm just applying the color. Adding it down, so I'm going to go to probably about there. So that's probably about 2 inches of pink. And I'm going to go over with the blue again just to blend it all together. It's so weird. On my phone it is not blurry. On the iPad it is blurry. I'm going to grab the blue again. And just marry them together, sort of. That. Perfect. And then I'm going to go and add some purple. So for the purple, I decided on Wilted Violet. That, and again, I'm starting off with the paper and applying. I'm kind of starting with a light hand at first, just because sometimes I have the tendency to go too heavy and then, you know, if it's dark and there's nothing, you can't change it. But if you start with a lighter hand, with it's lighter and a softer hand, then you can always build up more color and go from there. So I'm just going to add this here for a second to hold it down. And just blend it together. Keep putting the color down until I'm happy with the blend. And then I'm going to go back in with the pink and blend these two colors together. And that'll remove any harsh lines that might happen. Okay, it's freezing again on the... Let's see what's happening. Everything seems good. Okay. Let me know, you guys, if it's getting too bad, and then I will like close it and reopen it. It's hard because on my phone it's clear on the screen, and then on my iPad not so clear. So I don't know what's happening. So I'm taking the pink and I'm just blending them together. And then I'll do the same to the bottom part here. And then I'm going to add I think I want to add a little bit more blue. Melissa says, I'm using my Make Station for the first time and I love it. You know what? I have one. I bought one and it still has not made its way, and it's like, oh, I just spotted it. That is hilarious. I think I'm going to grab it so I can use it for the next card. I found it, you guys, I found where I put it to be safe. Because I had cleaned up my craft room in the middle of a live, but it was like 40. It was when my AC was broken and it was like really, really hot in here. So I did not stay in here for very long. And I'm like, where did I put it so that it's safe? So that's our little background there. I'm just going to turn it around and, oh no, there's no adhesive there. Perfect. I just put some temporary adhesive on my mat. So I'm just gonna wipe that away. So that is our little background. Oop. Got some fingerprints happening on the edge, so I will fix that. And I'm gonna grab my make station for the next one. I'm so excited. Which size, Melissa, which size do you have? I got the smallest one, just because I figured that's what I would use mostly. But the other one looked good as well. So I'm just gonna kind of clean up a tad so I don't transfer ink completely everywhere, as is my custom. Usually I add some ink, I transfer ink with my fingers, and that's another spot where a sequin would go. Just depends on if my mono sand eraser can help me or not. Sometimes it's beyond saving. So that's when we cover it up with sequins or other embellishments. Melissa says, I went big because my waffle flower mat and I regretted the small. Gotcha. I still have not, I don't know what happened to my little one. I think my cat might have taken it. I don't know. He has an obsession with like silicone things. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't know. Kind of worried about it. But I do have the make station now. Okay, it froze again. Not on my phone. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to close this and I'm going to open it again. Let's see what is happening now. It's clear again. Okay, perfect. Oh, live. So we're going to need our background. And then I'm going to quickly use my heat gun just to dry it for a second, like literally just a second. And then it is super important that you have paper towel. It's blurry again. Okay, you know what, you guys, I'm going to like end this video and I'm going to try again and see if that helps. So 1 second, we'll be back on the Scrap and Stamp page. I'm going to finish this off.